and welcome back to Opally Hour, and thank you for joining me. We are continuing our coffee house build. We're on day 4. This is what we achieved yesterday, so let's go and get those pieces ready and let's see what today holds. Alrighty, so this one, evidently, we were meant to have done with a darker green, as in this one. So it is what it is. It's now got a lighter green and I'm okay with that. Hopefully we don't need too much of it, but we will be using this today. So I anticipate that we'll at least get a table done, like a bookcase, which we don't fill. I mean, you know how unusual it is for these builds that you don't have something everywhere. Anyway, that's where we went. My glasses are, I wouldn't want to wear them. Don't know about you. Maybe. Alright, so today we start on a light. So I'm going to start that first so that glue gets a chance to dry. And then I'll make the flower. And afterwards we will make the table. I want this to have a moment to dry. So basically, not that I got anything ready for this. Alright, let's try that now. Basically, we are going to put it on one corner, the light, and give that a moment to take. And then we are going to put that bulb on top, which is going to poke out, isn't it? I will bend it further down. Don't like bending these wires at all, but I kind of want it inside at least. That'll do. That will do. I will be known as the that will do person. If I can get it to stay there would be great. Which doesn't really want to, so give me a moment and I'm going to hold it for a while, and you don't want to watch me do that. Not even I want to watch me do that. Well, it didn't actually take long. I don't know what I was worrying about. Okay, and then we're going to put the shade on and give that a moment while we make the plant, and that'll give it enough time to set. I mean, they have you actually make the table before you put the light on, but I don't see the purpose of this. Still a little high, but I think it will be okay. Alright, so we are going to get on with the flower. Now, it doesn't give me any guidance whatsoever other than this flower magically appears. So I'm assuming it's the same measurements as I dropped my paper as the last one. That's 7.5 by 3. So let me get that cut out. Oh, I need my ruler. And then we are going to just cut little triangles in, just like last time. So we're going to start here. Oh, well, if I need another tiny piece, it's already got a cut in it. And you don't have to be too precise on this. I mean, that they're plants, so I'm sure you remember what we did. I'll get started and then I'll get it finished. And we are using yellow ones in our pot this time. Let me get you out of the way. Although at least it was something to look at. So we're going to use those ones this time. And that's roughly it. Not quite it, but it's give or take. So let's see. And just cut small triangles in it. Can be different lengths. My puppy's upset with me right now because she knows I'm going out and she doesn't understand why I haven't got her ready. Like, got her lead out and everything. It's a thing. Bless her. I will try and do something special when I get back. But certain appointments you just can't take her to. I don't think she understands that as a puppy. I don't think that's kind of in her thought process. Right, 1 second and I'll get this done. Right, okay, done. So we are going to need some beacon for this. So all we do is similar to what we did before, is we fold these in half and put them on here. So let's get some beacon going. Along here, and then cut off the bottom once you have it in the pot, or you could do before. So I was folding these in half right now. Camera's kind of in the way to do things like that, really. Right, so I'm going to start here. And these leaves go right down as well, so it's not all together, but it is on. And then just roll it up, just like we did before. I mean, I'm sure we're going to be doing a lot of these with how much green I've got. I can see, I don't think there's many flowers per se, but there's a lot of green. So either that or we're using it for something else. I don't know the answer to that. So let's get this done. Oh, I was going to pause it, but you know, I'm almost done now. And then put it in the pot. It's very big, just saying. It's not very tight at all, is it? Of course, I'm going to get glue all over me now. Okay, put the lids on. Forgetting about that. And this will go on our little table that we're making, along with a book in the cup. So this table is actually going to be almost done. I need to find out which book. I think it's the one with the flowers on it that we made yesterday. Well, pretty much most of the books. I did notice there's a few more boxes on that, the paper template to cut out. And it goes opposite to how I'm trying to do it. So it just goes in the top here. I'm going to give that a moment to dry while we get out that wood glue. And this has, well, it doesn't have to be, but they do it with the top right corner and the legs going a direction. I'm trying to work it out. So I think the ends are here. So of course it would be flatter if you didn't put the light on, but I did. Oh, come on. Alright, let me go sort my glue. Okay, alright, so it goes along here, and I think along here. Probably really, in reality, doesn't make a difference. Alright, lost that pin. Oh, Juliet. Making noises. It probably would have been easier to have done this with it flat, but you know, who wants to do such things? It looks uneven, doesn't it? I think it looks uneven. And the other one, I was just going to say, wood glue doesn't take long to set, and then it goes in dive bombs on me. Let's have you upright then. Well, I think they have it the other way anyway. It's never going to take there. Let me get that fixed. And there we have it. In reality, I don't think it really matters which way the legs go on. That's just dried glue. Okay, let me remove that before it really dries on it and I can't get rid of it. Okay, going to pop that to one side. That has the book that I need to find. I think it's the one with the flowers in it. I can find it. So I think it's going to have this one here, and it's kind of is open, this and also the flowers. So the flowers are kind of a bit lower than what I've got them actually. I wonder if I can move that or if it's too late. Let me see. Oh, okay, I can move them. So you kind of want them a bit lower. So I'm gonna, obviously that's not dry, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to have done that. So I'm gonna let them dry, re-glue just around the edge there, and cut that off. Oop. Throwing things all over me. Whoops. Hitting the camera too. Like I say, all I did was delete the end off of this before I knocked everything flying all over the show. So these 4 are for in a little bit, so I'm just going to pop that to one side for the moment, get the lid on this, and we will start on the next point that we need to do, which is a chair, which is just here. It's got, but we have 2, so I'm just going to make 2, and these do look like they are got all the pieces, nothing broken. So let's get that going. So just checking how this is going to go. So the seat goes on top. It's a surprise, isn't it? So this actually comes with the legs already on it. Kind of makes it a bit easier. Okay, let that one dry a second. Or at least take, not dry, really. It's just once it grips it, that's what we want. Almost put it on back to front. Oh. Okay. I'm putting it the wrong way around. Right. So if you up that way then. Oh gosh, can't hold anything. Okay. And then put the other side on. So I'm just going to glue the base this time because that didn't seem sensible. That's where you want to use super glue just to make it quick. But if I did it wrong, I wouldn't be able to correct it very easy. It's kind of that if it was straight. Oh, I hate doing this because you know what's going to happen. Do it every time. I'm holding it down and I make it all fall. And then to hold it together, we just put, I've done it anyway, put this on the top. And that'll square it up anyway. We're seeing how they want it actually. I think it might literally be on the top, like so. I think it is. So I might have misglued that again. Something like that. Now, I think something like this though. It's very wobbly. And then I'll just do the other one. Get that done. Rather than you watching me struggle. Okay, so let me get that on properly, and then I'm going to do the other one so they're done, and we'll go back to that table. It should be ready. Alright, I completed it. What I did, leave this other stuff out of the way, wasn't easy, was kind of balance it so that I supported one leg, just got that far, and then I could put this on where it was touching the ground and just left it. And then when I got back from my appointment, I put it all together. It looks okay. It's got glue with lots of errors, so I probably have to maybe go over it with like an acrylic pen see if I can go over some of the glue. I mean, it's not terrible and you're not really going to see it. So we're going to move on to the table and getting that sorted. Alright, so the plant goes on the back by the light. The book goes evidently to the left, in front of the light. So like this. And then the cup and saucer on this side. They drink black coffee, which is cool. That's how I like my coffee. If I'm going to drink coffee, I like black coffee. So I'm going to put the book on first because I have a feeling that okay, that's not where you're meant to be going. And you want the pages to be a little bit opening on it. And I'm going to do the cup and saucer with the handle pointing outwards. Let's get rid of that glue strand. And then we're going to put this on. And it's up to you whether you have it, because it's got like a square base, so it's up to you whether you want it at an angle or to do that. So I'm actually going to turn it the other way because of the height of the flowers, but I am going to kind of have it at an angle. I'm going to let that dry and then I'll sort out the leaves of it in a moment. So next up we have a book cupboard. Now this surprises me because it's the only model I think I've ever seen where they have not made full use of all the storage places. Like, not at all. So first things first, we need to, it says it fits exact, it does not, and these are the only pieces. Oh, that's good, it goes on this one. Still not that one. Not that one either. None of them fit exact like they give the impression of. Maybe, I think we have an overlap at the front actually. So you want the white on the inside of here, like so. So let's get some wood glue and get that going. And then you're going to have a middle rail about halfway in. Hey, it's a day. What can I say? Again, do it on the side. Don't be silly. So something like that. And then you want another one. You want two shelves, the smaller ones, to go some of the way down, like two areas. And then one going upwards, just making sure all of these are the same, and they are. Then one going in between. So it's going to be a bit of a, just so it's roughly even. And they're all kind of the same length, I think. Yeah. And like I say, you don't have much in it, but I will try and fill it before it's fully set, just in case we need it a little bit taller. And you know, when this going off a frame now, I can see this. So when I move it, it will probably move. That wasn't me moving it though, that was just me hitting it. So it's going to go all out of square, I'm sure. I'll try and square it up with the lines underneath on the paper, actually, on the board underneath. So we're going to end up putting something in this top one. on this side only. It just seems really weird for I don't know what she's parking. It seems really weird for a build not to have everything on every possible angle. Just bear with me. Okay. I have no idea. Sometimes I just don't know. And then you're going to put these two on, like roughly level with the others, and both of these have something going on them. So I'm probably like I say, gonna try and get something on them before it dries. See if I can line this up reasonably well. I see you're not. Something like that, I guess. And then one at the end. Or rather, next shelf and then one at the end. Doesn't look very straight at all, does it? I might have to get a rule and straighten it all. And considering there was no overlap, I've definitely got an overlap, which makes me think that there should be an overlap, or that I've totally used all the wrong pieces. Let's get all this lined up again. Okay, let's try and straighten this. Okay, it's definitely not straight. Let's get the bottom on and then maybe I can get it straight. That's what I'm going with. So according to the picture, it looks like you're lining up the white ones with the edge of the brown shelf. But then that doesn't work. Oh. Pin attached to me. Okay. When we do this, then we'll hopefully stand it up and we can see where it's straight and where it's crooked. Looks rather crooked to me. Look straight to you. Go back on there. It's wood glue, so there's a reasonable amount of flexibility on it, which is just as well. I think it's something like that. Probably should have used one of those on the doesn't look straight at all to me actually. Like this one looks like it's dropped a bit. Alright, let me get the bits that are going to go inside it. So you want it flat, I think, at the back, but then this one looks quite a bit bigger. Oh, it's meant to. Okay, so it's meant to look bigger at the bottom, that you have more gap. So Guess that's probably about as close as I'm going to get it. Maybe if the shelves were straighter. Need a little mini spirit level. Just where they're not going in my house, huh? You'd have things flying from one end to the other where it wasn't straight. You can see that one's not straight. Alright, so let me grab the things to go inside it. I know we've got to make a couple, so let's start there, I guess. So what we need to do is cut out the actual picture itself, stick that onto some card, so let me get that going. Alright, so we just want to glue this picture, and then it's going to have a picture frame which we're getting ready. So the actual painting itself is on cardboard, whereas the frame is not. You'd think it'd be the other way, wouldn't you, really? Okay. And then the other one has to be cut out with a scalpel. So let me put this to one side. Take a moment. Won't take long. And let's get rid of that. And we have to cut this out, like I say, with a scalpel, of which I should probably have got a new blade. Use a ruler or try and freehand it. Yeah, blade's not terrible. And you also want to cut out the middle part. Probably easier to do the middle part before the edges, actually, where there's a bit more to it. So I think I'm going to do that for the rest of it, especially if I can get right on the edge there. Should be the last interior one. Oops, and a little bit into the orange there. You can see where it went and where it didn't. It didn't go on that last one at all. And then of course you could cut the outer one out with scissors. You might want to do this one with scissors. You could probably put a V in the middle of it and then just do it with a pair of scissors, if that is what you prefer. Just going to loosen this out. Alright, okay, let's get this tidied up. Alright, you needed to put the frame onto the cardboard as well, so me doing it through the paper was, I've got to repeat myself basically. I could have saved that. Alright, while that's setting, I'm going to make some seed packs. I'm going to get these cut out. Alright, so got those cut out. We're going to make the seeds, and all you have to do with these is similar to making the boxes, of which I've just seen that they get you to make another 2 boxes, not even included when we did the big batch yesterday. So yet another one. So you have these 2 which will go in, and then these ones which will go over the edge. I guess I should have done it with a ruler, right? And these ones will be on the outside, so it'd be like, I guess you could put that one on the inside like this, really. That would look alright. Or even that one on the inside. And probably don't need to glue them because they're going to go on top of that little shelving unit that we made. So it doesn't really matter which way you do them because you're not going to see any of the back. So I will get those others done. Before that, I will do our little frame. So what I also did was I put a little colour marker on the edge of this, both the bit that's going to go on top and also the painting itself, so it didn't look so grey. She's been digging out her toy box. I don't very often give her the whole thing. Shall we have an interlude and have a look? Right, welcome back. So I've just put that on and I'm going to get the rest of these seeds done. I'm going to get a plant done. We need these 2 books. We also have a lot of other plants to do, but the one we're going to need is one of these purple ones, just with 2 tops, and we're going to need it for that. So I'm going to get all that done and we will come back and see what we have and get it attached to the little shelving unit. Okay, so my video went off in the middle of me doing this. I added both of these boxes here into our display. So I'll pop those here. And also I did the little pots. Whether they're right or not, I'm not 100% sure, but orange one just has green in and this brown one just has green in too. They want to attach to each other right now, and they really do. They have invisible threads that I do not see. And then this one and this one. We also did on the recording, I found out these bits on the table here, and explained that my chairs could do with really covering up some of that glue. I actually don't have a marker of the right colour, so that is not going to be happening. So we will go with that. So alright, so we are starting on the blue cabinet. I think we've got enough time for this. I'm going to do it slightly in different order. First of all, I am going to stick on these. This is the cabinet face, and we make a drawer which comes out. My glue's got a bit stuck. And I'm going to do it slightly different to what they recommend. I'm actually going to put the handles on it while it's flat before we do put it all together. So let me get that going. I'll show you what we need to do with the handles. And this is almost the last of the wood builds. Alright, so I thought I was recording, I wasn't. So what we did was we just bent the, having 2 like this, which aren't identical at all, and then one something like this. And this for the drawer. Something like that, which will go on the drawer front and hang it down. And these 2 are, I think this one just needs to be bent over a bit more, otherwise it's not going to work. I'm going to get those on. So basically this one goes towards the top. There is no right or wrong which is top and which is bottom, and these 2 will go kind of here. So the handle for the drawer is actually quite big for the drawer. I think it's quite big. something like that. I'm sure you could do a better job of this than me. I can't say that I'm obviously that precise on things like this, especially when it's not even flat. Or the glue in the right place. Okay, something like that. Well, we need to go over, don't we? Even I can see that. Okay, so something like that. Let go. Let go. And then these ones are the opposite of that way. Come back. This one's right though. So something like that. No, this one is right. Gosh, my eyes are weird. Obviously I'm shooting this on a different day to the other one because the other one I'd finished and then realised that it wasn't long at all. It's because the camera had broken halfway through or just stopped working, and I wasn't sure of how long we had to go. And then when I looked at it, it's like, wow, I can get at least this bit done. Alright, so that's what we kind of end up with, something like that, which isn't terrible. This one's crooked, but it's the bottom that I want to push out more, so it's even with the other one. Okay, right, let's put the unit together. So we have a flower to make, so we'll do that quick, and then I get the wood glue for the rest. So we only get one of these flowers, and it's going to go in here. Can I get it all in? Oh, I can, I think. I'll tell you what, I'm going to cut down just this bit here, make it a little bit thinner, and then squeeze it in there and then put glue at the bottom, although I don't think it's going to come out, to be honest with you. I think once we're in, oh, you're not even seeing it, once we are in, I think it's going to be in. And this is going to go on top of the unit. Like I say, we only got one of these, so you can't go wrong. But I did notice when I was preparing actually for today that some of the pieces, the flower pots that I used yesterday weren't necessarily the right ones, but it confuses me which plants were meant to go into it now. So I kept them because they're already kind of set, but I did manage to get them out. Alright, so we're going to start with this one. And I did write on the back of some of these, so I didn't mess it up this time. And we are going to go down like so on 43. So break 43, get our wood glue, and away we go. I'm going to have that on the, want to make sure it's on the inside. So it's going to have 43 on both sides, so doesn't really matter which way. Sorry, hit the camera, of course. And all you're doing is seeing my hands anyway. I started to go, I couldn't find the original pin, so I used another one and it's already started to go rusty. Can you see the colour of that glue? Like I say, it's really weird because I swear the others are exactly the same. You know, the other pins that come with those pots are identical. I don't think there's any difference whatsoever. And just go down the side like this. And then the other one, which I also wrote on. At least this should be white. A little bit too much, I think. So we'll be throwing that pin out. Need to find the other one. It's just disappeared. It's probably gone right underneath my desk or something. When they ping, they like to ping. Okay, then we have a very... Go back. We have very thick tops to it, and that's going to go in between. Of course, they say to put those in before I do what I'm doing, but that isn't the way it went down. And it's going to go on the inside of all of it, just as well the glue hasn't taken. So it's going to go in like here. This was too high up anyway. So it's something like so. Just trying to make sure it's all lined up reasonably, because it is going to have a drawer going in. Then you have another one, so the drawer front doesn't get stuck on, it is actually a pull-out drawer, but it's another very thick piece, by the way. That is going to go, like I said, this doesn't go in, but you want to allow, because it is going to be a drawer going in, to enough room for it. So I'm thinking something like so. Oops. Well, that's okay, it wasn't meant to be in quite yet anyway. It doesn't actually give you the measurement of what you should allow for, so it's a reasonable guess here. Something probably like that. That's nowhere near enough, is it? I don't know how much overlap it's going to have, so maybe something like that, because we've also got the front to go on. Yeah, I think something like that. Let's pop you back up. That's where we have that. Let's get a blue. That's not blue. It was a cotton bud. I'll get rid of this. So I won't be putting the drawer in straight away. I'll let it all dry before I even think about doing that. This isn't blue anyway, it's purple. I love it when the right words don't come together. Okay, just double check that now, because I had a move on it. So that's going to go there, and that will be put on. Do we put that on next? Yes. Well, that's alright then. Let's go get that on there. And that will get this going, and then I'll quickly make the drawer, and I'll put it in, and then I'll take it straight out again so it doesn't get stuck in there. So that's on the move. And just make sure it's flat with the bottom. Don't push on the top like I just did. Okay, and then I make the drawer. So let's get these in. So again, I have written on it, this is number 47. What's this for? Oh, it goes on the top of this unit. We'll do that in a minute. I want to have accessibility to it in case it goes wrong. And these are going to go on the side like we did the other ones, and then put the front on it. So I think this is the bottom of the drawer actually. I know it's not straight. and then the front goes. Oi. Has no back to this drawer. Don't put anything delicate in there, you're going to lose it. And then we will put this on, and we should be able to tie it up, give it a minute to set, and then I'll squeeze it in the unit just to make sure it fits. Of course it doesn't want to. Well, okay, I think I'd better bet it's turning this upside down and just doing it on here. So the drawer face is actually quite a bit bigger than it's going to be drawer bottom anyway. It's not as easy to do it on here. I think I totally lied, because one, if I did put glue on it, I lost it. And number two, well, start again. Patience, patience, patience. So I don't think it's right to the edge of this drawer. I think this drawer front is bigger than what the drawer itself is. So let's start that again. Put that on the inside. And this goes towards the bottom of the drawer, so just make sure you're putting it on the wrong side, right side, wrong side. And then here. Grab some of that glue. And I'm going to have to give it a minute or two just to start to take before I even attempt to put it in there. Otherwise everything will be left in there. Really all I'm doing is testing that that one piece of wood is the right height for it. Okay, this needs more glue. Don't have any left on that side. Okay. And then make sure it's roughly about even both sides, which I think it is, except this isn't all the way in. Right, and we give that a minute to sit. Then we'll just put the top on and this unit is done. And then we will call it a day. I don't think it took particularly long, but probably long enough. Just making sure it's reasonably even. It could do with going over a tad. Don't do what I just did. Kind of mess it up when you try and clear off the glue and you move everything. Just make sure my handle's the right way. And it looks it. Do you think it should go up a bit more? Probably. Because that's quite a big gap at the top of it, isn't it? When I say a gap, like a leftover bit, really. But then it doesn't have much at the bottom there. Tricky, tricky. If anything. Alright, I'm going to let that set for a second. Put this pin on, I'm going to get another one. Okay, I think that's dry enough for me to test to make sure it goes in. So it's kind of going to go in, maybe. It's tight. I'm glad I'm testing it. It's like a hair too long. There we go. Okay. Well, we kind of knew that was going to happen, huh? But it is a tight squeeze, but it does fit. adjust. So let's pop this back on. And now it can properly dry. It's tight squeeze, but it isn't because of the shelf, it's just because of the length of these. It's like you need to make sure it's really pressed in, I think. Otherwise it's not going to fit. Okay, and it can be even with the bottom. Push that a bit more that way. Okay, right, going to pop this on top, and then we will put the things on the top and we can let it all dry. Oh, just while we're putting one on, because that one came out anyway. Probably pulled it out when I was messing with that drawer. And this is flat on the back, but you're going to have leftovers on both sides, I think. We'll see in a second. Tiny bit left over. Actually, I think it lines up. But you want the lip to be at the top, at the front. I guess that's to allow for the drawer front. And the drawer, when we come to put this together, it doesn't have, geez, don't do it with the number up. Let me get that cleaned off. If you number them, I noticed my numbering on my drawer wasn't the best. Let's start that again. Fortunately, wood glue for the win again. It's very slightly bigger, not much in it. Okay, and then we are going to pop two things on top. We have the little flower that we're going to do. Get the lid in this. And a picture that we need to cut out. So I have put the picture already on the cardboard. I was anticipating we would be needing it. And then this will be done once I've got that drawer somewhat in. And it kind of goes, I guess, a bit more to the front, somewhere in the middle, like so. And let's get this picture. So there's the picture and it's on the cardboard, so I'm going to get that cut out. Alright, and that's what we ended up doing for day 4. So we actually achieved quite a lot this time. I've put the little flowers there, even though they were in a pot. There's another bunch somewhere. Oh, there they are. And they can just go in a pot when we find out where the heck they're going, really. And that one too. So yeah. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you're enjoying the build. I actually think it's really cute. We're almost at the end of doing all the little bits now. I reckon tomorrow or day 5 will be a lot of plants we have to do. We have to do a little flower shelf and then a couple of pots, some little coffee bean bags, and then we're on to the main part of the build. So like I say, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe. Leave any comments, I will get back to you, and I look forward to seeing you again for day 5. Take care. Bye bye now.